Game, huh? That's 1. There's 2. And yeah, I will be playing, like, 1 after this. It just might take a while to get around to it, because I'm replaying 2 for a couple of videos. 1's entered the, like, actual production stage. I'm just trying to, like, think of ways that are... do this entertainingly. And also, yeah, so your time zone is probably different. Oh, hey, it is! There's Peko! Happy birthday! Everyone no clip out. Alright, continue. Howdy! Alright, I still don't have skills and I don't need them. It'll be fine. Wait, hang on. Open my handbook. Did my pet take a shit before the thing? No. I might reduce the difficulty. I like the story, even though... Bees? Apparently it's Soda's birthday today. Yeah, I live in Australia. So, you know.
Now
Scary student. I'm not really terrified of teenagers.
Explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
I mean, it's just a fucking procession of, like, dead character portraits.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that
what was the best and worst body discovery?
Right that
I have to think about that. Sorry, I don't really have automatic responses.
Oh my, Monami, my cute little sister, you're awfully quiet. What's happened to you?
If I had to hear your bullshit, Makuma. Just pulls out a machine gun.
You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
It's depressing to see everyone's dead portraits sometimes. Don't worry, they're not all dead.
Yes, though!
I'm preparing to cry. This trial hurts so bad. Okay.
One more time!
Can we get to the...
Jeez! How about this one?
Can we get to the...
This will be my final blow!
Yeah.
It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami.
Yes!
The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
I remember the 2 live streams that Monami is just bullying Monami the whole time.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
I mean, technically.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Traitor! From the only good movie of the sequel
Why
trilogy.
don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
Okay, I'll just pull out. Yeah, give me a moment. I'm gonna pull out a thing so I can charge my portable charger. Are they the same person? Possibly. It's 2 a.m. for me. It's fine. Everybody votes Soda as the traitor. You really think someone like him could be the traitor?
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up.
Not really.
What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I'm guessing that's the one.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
Yeah, I know it's kind of ridiculous to need a walkthrough on the first fucking thing, but I've got no idea. Trial just instantly ends. Where the fuck is the... Shit. No, go away, IGN. Shut up. I'm not supporting your fucking shit. Alright.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
Wait. Okay.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Whoop,
So
missed.
that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to... Definitely the bomb's... If so, is whoever found...
That was Fuyu. I found it. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Peko is popular because people like the pretentious Harley Quinn. Is that really it? I mean, I don't interact with the fandom because, like, this fandom sucks.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito. No, that's wrong.
Hello.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
You're starting to argue awfully quickly, Soda.
Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
What?
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
What?
Like you said, with Nagito's mouth, you obviously assumed he couldn't talk. But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
What?
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it worked. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bombs. Then, after they killed him...
Oh. Apparently I'm... What the fuck's the answer? I'm just gonna keep it open. Searching up the answers. Monokuma not the boss of me.
Nagito's mouth was taped shut. You obviously assumed he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
But if you tape his mouth shut,
It's literally because I don't remember anything.
how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it worked. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him... Allow me to cut through those words.
I read... What? Dushin?
No. There's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? Might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
Please.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was
What?
in his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? You have a crush on him or something?
You want to speak? Are you in an elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right?
I don't read doujins, so you know.
The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
Why didn't you say that?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Or if the weapon was the meat on the bone.
Perhaps
The return!
duct tape was used so we wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
Yes. Okay, this is turn the Simpsons.
Whoa, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or
Do
something?
not read any doujins there, Chris. That's fine. I don't like doujins anyway. Her loses RPS first gets executed.
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
I can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that?
All of us.
When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
That wasn't funny.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames
Sorry, some of my
started
crap.
burning from the very back.
Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now,
Oh, nice. Pizza's nice. I can't eat it because I, like, need to lose a little more weight.
we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
I'm sorry, it's very difficult for me to pay
That's
attention to
all,
this.
Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Sip.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is! The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
I think it's the first time a
Based
gut
on the
reaction has
shape
been
of that oil
wrong.
lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Why can't I react to this? That's exactly what happened.
Way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Up. I'm not ruling them out. I didn't listen to the whole thing.
Crap!
Ugh, fuck.
The direct cause of the fire was. The oil lighter found it.
The killer used something lit the curtain on fire.
Some kind of setup.
Did they use the oil?
They probably just, based on the shape, it can stand up
If they tipped over, it could have ignited.
some way. Maybe they used invisible.
There should have been a way to tip it over.
Or perhaps opening the door caused.
There you are.
I agree with that.
Ugh. Hi.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as
I
I
didn't have to look that one up.
It was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
We're in Japan, Sonia.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
Yes, it means they were used to tip over the
killer
lighter.
probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second.
It doesn't really look like Nagito. It looks like Gundam's been surprised.
And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
Alien Danganronpa investigation assistant intense version of I Spy. Yes.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Domino effect. Killer did one more thing to hide the domino effect.
Crap!
No, what the fuck? Okay, fine. I don't know how a fucking MP3 player, like, distracts from the domino effect. But okay.
I see!
You were talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
Okay. I guess.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right?
I'm gonna run and go through Nagito's head when he decides, hey, I'm gonna redact it. Great idea. I'll go through his head. Well, this time it was, like, a good dose of poison.
Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Give me 3 is playing execution music. Like, I can't open the door. Stop it. No. Just kicks it down.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached
My
the
favorite
lighter.
drink is lethal poison. Oh, same here. I guess I'll settle for, like, the cordial I have.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
With the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
The killer would not have been able to leave. The killer can never leave!
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
10OK is gay. Yeah. There aren't any straight characters in Danganronpa.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used. You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
You don't mean...
Hajime? What do you mean?
He killed himself. Wow, we're already up to selecting somebody. Nikon did it! Even though she's been dead for a week.
This is my answer. What if it was Nagito?
Miko's secret is she's girlfriends with Tenko. Yeah, that's not even a secret.
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
Lethal poison is fine in small amounts, then kind of tasty, so I took it and went to the hospital. That's not good.
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid.
Yeah, everyone's gay. I can't even say it. Yeah, I would never want to be straight. That's terrifying. Hello.
His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
Vihiko, you slit your own stomach open. Why are you surprised?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember?
What do you mean at least every character in Danganronpa is bi? That's kind of not great. Oh no, the hair of... Look, it doesn't really matter what your motive is. If, like, your actions are shit, then, like, who cares?
Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He's so fucking stark. He's like, what?
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
I don't know, he could tie up he could tie up most of it. If Vihiko bounce. It'll be burned rope on something.
actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
You can't do that, Akane!
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs.
I know, like, how he did it. I'm just not sure which to use for what. Alright.
Tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free. It'd be impossible if...
How about if you use your... Or if you use your...
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. No, that's wrong.
The boss baby instead of Alec Baldwin baby, it's just Fihiko. Everything else is the exact same. Just Fihiko reacting to the boss baby in real time.
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
Why would anyone want their gay flags taken away? Tell me a ship that's weird but cute.
It burned because of the
That
fire.
kind of depends on the
But you
definition
said
of
it might
weird.
look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
I see.
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Don't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome!
No.
Akane, you should not give it away.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta...
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito.
Let's just skip that.
I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
Yeah, at the end.
To stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. Ah, that much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
Bitch doesn't have that much money.
There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
Yeah, it's nice for the entire Hifumi fanbase to join us for this for the scene.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
Watch me, you're rich. You can probably afford it. It's the Monokuma dolly. Put the knife in that. Now I just gotta figure out which way you do the thing.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If you threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
Probably
could he
wouldn't.
stab his hand that way?
Not really.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
No, that's Clove.
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
I agree with
There we
that.
go.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have
Yeah, I
used
miss
that to pop the
Mikon.
knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
Oh yes, the drop down also prevented Eris from leaving the set.
He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it.
I'm gonna smash the motherfucking like button. Just.
If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
If only.
Bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed
More
the
Eris
plushie,
screaming into
so
the
he
microphone.
passed it off toward the
It's so
fire's
far.
origin point.
Probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically,
Eris
you're
screaming into
saying
the microphone to
Nagito
scare the
committed
ASMR
suicide
enthusiast
by
ASMR.
impaling himself with a spear, right?
Eris in the microphone, but it's just him screaming to the microphone for 10 minutes straight. ASMR. I'm sorry. What do you think will happen for the 10th Danganronpa anniversary? I mean, they're doing they're releasing the games to mobile. I don't know what else they're gonna do. We play Dream Mode after the trial, possibly.
If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible?
Your ice cream maker trying to hide my head out, sorry.
He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Oh, for fuck's sake, so.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Can I die instantly?
Say it one more time.
No, you don't.
I need you.
No.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear.
Simple wits, I hate myself. Oh, same.
It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand, while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
She said the dirty line.
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else. I also agree with that.
Right, fellow gays. Hello, fellow gay.
To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
Is this their first time playing? And no, it's not.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right?
Gee, it's well to finally meet their other friends.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
They showed Jin's death in the game, I believe.
Monome's sassing me.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So
Really not a fan of calling Angie Devil Spawn.
this might also be the same.
You know,
Calling
given
this a
she's like
suicide takes too much
overtly
for granted,
religious and
and
also
it's too
also an indigenous woman of color.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
Monica would never kill a high school.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed.
One of me cuts Monokuma's head off with a chainsaw. ASMR.
But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
Well, I mean, you can't be betrayed that many more times.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Anyone want to play
Do you really
Tetris
think
29?
so?
Yeah, I love Tetris Battle Royale.
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Someone days ASMR. Peko killed Nagito.
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Good
It's
job.
impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how. We made it this far.
You know how
up till
close
now.
Chiaki came to surviving? If someone just nudged Monokuma while he was playing and he accidentally hit, like, the key to go to the left, Chiaki would have lived. Because he would have lost Tetris.
Working together.
Me and the non-binary folk stabbing Nagito with a spear.
Alright, let's do this.
Right, gamers? And Chiaki? Alright. I have no idea who just subscribed, but thank you.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
It's like a thing?
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left
Blood,
hand.
blood on the left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
Era says Amnesia is their favorite franchise. Okay.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
Peko clips into the warehouse to hit Nagito with the spear solely to protect you. It's from the Domino's Pizza store manager behind the store who was stealing the Elvis clip.
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange?
Don't you remember? You're 35 to have someone bees out of Nagito's bathtub. Oh
He only
yeah.
had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand. Around the middle
Don't
joints of
eat
his fingers.
Nagito. He's not tasty.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm,
Chiaki doesn't die because Monokuma is bad at Tetris
what was his
ASMR.
left hand doing as the blood splattered?
His hand was hiding.
When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
It's
Was he
fine.
grabbing his front tail?
I don't think that's an appropriate time to, you know, be grabbing your front tail.
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear.
Oh, he was just grabbing his long, thick object.
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
I immediately hear them say, Johnny Nagito, he's not tasty. Do I need to make my pronouns more obvious? I feel like I do.
But even if he held the spear with his tied up left hand, it...
Nope, I missed that.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think?
I don't think.
Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
Ah, shit, my bare paws can't kill this gamer grill. I guess she lives.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear. I think.
It just makes the entire screen say they, them. I'll do that if it makes you remember
What section
my
of the spear he was
pronouns.
gripping.
He was holding on to the handle. No, hang on. Wrong one. I thought the handle was the thing. It's the cord.
I see.
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Is it
Well,
the size
Celeste,
of that cut-off
Celeste managed to
section?
not annoy the shit out of
About
me
the
with,
same
like,
size as a
lying,
human
so
fist?
she wins.
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
Yeah, I'm sure that Kokichi's Lost Lie won't be, like, a biased source. The end of a rainbow is right outside my house. That's the gay assignment beam. You've been blessed.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
I already
Gonna
said
say
that
he
it's
gripped
Celeste.
the tip of the cord,
If you
swung
keep
the spear
spamming, I
around
swear to
and
God.
stabbed himself,
I'll
right?
put you both in the corner.
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito was gripping the cord extending from the butt of his... The butt of the spear. So it's a long shaft, and the other end is a butt. Why do people hate Akane? The dick jokes write themselves. Look, I swear, if you keep fighting, I'm gonna, like, put you both in timeout. Kokichi is the best character in Danganronpa. What a fucking cold take.
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea?
Why do you have a 1v1 in Tetris to see who's the better liar?
At a time like this, how about we stick to The plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once.
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time? What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Even though Hifumi does exist, Kokichi is still the worst. Because at least the fans react appropriately to fucking Hifumi. Just before that. What were we doing? Could what be? Okay. Oh, Jesus, fuck. You can't just do that. Where was the spear before it was impaled? In his left hand? Nope. Evidently not. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Out! Bitch! What was above, like so, a ceiling girder. Hashime's the worst, but not by much, I would say. For fuck's sake, what the fuck? Which item can
It's all coming together. The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
The best protagonist was fucking, Mikan.
Perpendicular. In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
Meh.
That'd be awesome, but he'd probably use the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support. He hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
If he'd just wiped it clean, or like done his best to wipe it clean.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling.
Any character can be a protagonist. You write extensive 60K word fanfiction. It's true.
So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
Yeah, like...
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to...
I am barely paying attention to the trial because, I'll be honest, I fucking hate this trial.
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Yes.
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Most likely.
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth, too?
I fucking hate Kokichi.
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
I don't know why the Kokichi stands like my content because I fucking hate Kokichi.
That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
Being the best Kokichi stan is like
That's why
being
he stabbed himself over
the
and
best
over
at
again?
shitting in a public toilet. Alright, I already warned you to, like, be quiet and not spam the chat.
Did he want us to die that bad?
It's messed up. It's seriously so messed up.
Like, you know, where you can Kinaji, exactly.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right?
I didn't say Kinney, I just said Stan. Ultimate public toilet. Ultimate public toilet shitter was a great mastermind, though. I'm kind of normal. No, Celestians are, like, generally chill, and people have calmed down to Nagito. Have you heard of kinning Shuichi Okaide? I have, I kin Kaide.
Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place?
Because he's a dick.
If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
What time zone are you in? Australian. One of the Australian time zones. I'm not saying which
That
one.
the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other. And tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
If you had every talent, then you should have had ultimate public toilet shitter canonically. Anyone else can hear us, Mom? I don't know, she's got it going on.
A bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
think the Kokichi stands called a political movement in Russia? Not really. You have any idea how hard it is to, like, do anything political in Russia without being murdered?
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him, so he'd be executed.
That should be okay, right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't
Nagito
make
is a
sense.
homosexual. In fact, he is. Me and Akane? Yeah. That's cute. Not super fond of, like, Aiken Atua jokes, because, like, Atua himself, like, as a god, was added in the English translation. In the Japanese version, Angie worshipped God. Just a god. And, like, Atua was added in the English version to, like, make her more authentic or whatever. And it was, like, it was actually pretty fucking racist.
It's probably just my imagination.
So given, like, you know, Atua is a real Polynesian god, I don't think kin jokes apply here. Who subscribed? Rain YouTube Place to just subscribe, thank you.
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
I'm not out Mikon Kinney, but good god do I relate to her.
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
No.
You're right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh?
I
That means
wish.
we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Please.
It's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer?
Someone bees to kidnap babies.
Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
He was so eager to kill everyone.
Hold on. Why?
I have literally no idea how to explain kin. I don't know what it is about Komahino that I don't like, but I don't like it.
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
Going to eat cat food. That
But
doesn't
the
sound
issue
good for
here
you.
is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but
Akane and Nekomaru are great.
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know?
I don't really ship
I'm worried about
Komahino
starting
or
the voting time while there's still a
not
mystery.
or Hinanami.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
My favorites kept dying faster and when I had like... so what's the problem? Piece of evidence he couldn't tamper with. that that? Nope. I don't know what the fuck. Hang on. Is this?
Crap!
No. What the fuck am I missing? Oh, the Monokuma file. Apparently.
I see!
My favorite V3 character
Is
is
it about the Monokuma
Kirumi.
file?
Yeah, you were originally supposed to be able to do that for Danganronpa 1 as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
You're messing my bees. You forgot to summon them. I don't think bees killed Nagito. There's no cause of death. Do I see Aoi and Sakura as a relationship or as a friendship? Yes. See. Shit, fuck. Fuck! Okay, fucking hell, what the fuck? No longer like this shit. Let me out.
I got it!
Ugh.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
I usually like Hangman's Gambit. What the fuck was that? I turned the fucking difficulty down. Out of all the Danganronpa characters, which one would you rather be stuck within a broken elevator for 10 hours? Terry, so I've got something to eat.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
Can you spell the word knife? Why's my phone going off?
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma,
I plead the fifth!
Meat is meat.
Here he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
No, that's what I meant.
Gundam's case, and before during Nikon's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the
Hello.
case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
How did I do in the first run of the games? I don't know, because the first run I did through the games was on Vita, and so long ago.
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's
Yes, I can
death?
just eat his flesh. If there's no ingredients, he's the ingredients. He's what's on the menu.
Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide.
It's assisted suicide.
Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
That's 3 when Trigger Happy Havoc was released. How fucking old are you? You're like a baby. Bans on being stuck in an elevator with Himiko for 10 hours? That sounds like not the worst punishment.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me.
I guess you could say it subverted your expectations. Kill me.
For example, would that malice just end here?
I dead ass thought it was zooming in on a portrait of Hyoko, and I was like, what?
Did Nagito's malice
Jotaro needs to live in countries where his fans don't want to eat him. I didn't say I was a fan, I just said that, like...
This is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
Stuck with Monokuma would probably be either the best or worst punishment.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe.
Hyoko was the one who killed Nagito. In fact, Hyoko is still alive! I'm in the killing game in Danganronpa 2, who do I kill first? Nagito. The fact he lived this long is
I have no
fucking
choice.
abysmal.
If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying.
I know who the killer is.
But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait.
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right.
Hyoko's the
That's what I
17th
believe.
student and one of the 16.
Aww.
I've been alive this whole time, and I have an eye patch too. I had to wear it on my throat because that's where I got hit.
Splendid. You guys are so
Do you really think you...
splendid right
I don't
now.
doubt that you could probably kill Hyoko, but do you really think you could get Akane or Nekamaru?
That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
Why do people want to kill Hyoko? I'm guessing because she's an easy target? She's mean, but really all she can do is, like, stab you in the thigh. If you pull a Gundam, yeah, but he couldn't do it alone. He needed his 4 Dark Davis of Destruction to help him. Ranking every Danganronpa character I could beat in a fight. Fun fact, if I... On the off chance I do reach $200 in Patreon earnings, that is a series I would want to do. Just poison her food. I don't know, she'd probably be able to smell it. Nope, you have to vote now. You gotta vote now, bitch. Vote!
No, no!
Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was gonna start, but... Well, if you think about it rationally, there was no way it was gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're probably the only one that didn't know. Isn't that right, Monami? Hey, how much longer are you playing the soap? Let's get along like we always do. Oh god, Makoto, I am so sorry. Alright, you passed! Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're all alone with someone else. So, Monami and I are the bestest of friends. I'm the same height as Hajime.
Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now.
Enough! Why do I have to be hated that much?
Besides the fact you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit.
How sad! Vegan Kokichi, I'm sorry for you and I hate. Yeah, that's a mood. Hey, can we not get horny in the chat? Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know.
We aren't even friends in the first place.
And as your older brother, let me say this. English Hajime or Japanese Hajime? Japanese Hajime, because that's in centimeters and I understand what a centimeter is. What the fuck's an inch?
You're not even my brother!
It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, there may be some demands for that.
Well, there may be some demands for that. Gay rights, asshole!
It's... How do you... Let's go!
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say.
I'm not gonna be here next trial!
Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now.
See? What me said gay rights?
Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm gonna fight
An inch is
too.
2 and a bit centimeters. I don't know how much a bit is. I know how much a centimeter is. It's 10 millimeters. A meter, 100 centimeters. A kilometer, 1,000 meters.
I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation. That's basically it.
She didn't even say...
So if we're working together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Monami is in the last trial as she kills Junko. I know, like, it's probably not this, and it's probably, like, some, like, massive overblown death, but I'm imagining, like, a normal-sized Junko, and Monami just shows up and caps her in the head. Why wouldn't you hug Ryoma or Sayaka? Or the ultimate imposter? Haiji and Kokichi, I understand. I wouldn't hug them either. I'd kill them.
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this?
I'm 412, so close to 5.
In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the
Let me
spear.
beat Jinko to death ASMR.
It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities.
You had to
what I
marry a
think.
character from each game. Same time, you'd live with all 3 of them. I don't know if I'm able to answer this question given I'm 21.
Other possibilities. Huh.
If something other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
Vibe check! Pew!
That was definitely a gruesome wound. But it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Are we finished already?
I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something.
All of them to duel.
Then let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
Exactly! We should cooperate at a time like this.
I mean, from the first 2 games, that's true because of the stolen memories, but the 3rd game is kind of in a more questionable area. I mean, it would have to be Monokuma Special Poison now.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
I agree with that.
Doesn't Kokichi canonically have claustrophobia? I don't know and I don't care. Which character would you give coffee
Totally
to?
forgot about that possibility.
I'd give coffee to all of them, but I'd give it to Kokichi by spilling it all over his head.
If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Poison? It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Special poison.
Poison?
Poison.
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing. I see. Now that you mention it,
Yes, I do hate
there's no way
Kokichi.
a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
Okay, I won't threaten Kokichi with burns.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
What does that mean?
But even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood,
Why not scrub the body?
there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he
Don't
drink
slap
poison?
Sayaka.
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Having a favorite character can actually alter your personality. I wish it worked because my room is a fucking mess.
then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
You're
Okay.
totally overvaluing that tail.
His mouth was covered with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. Just
Are you gonna play Gmod after this? Probably recreate an execution of Jockey, but I'm not sure, like, what I'll do.
Are there any left?
Hell no! No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear.
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
Do Akane and Tenko sound no? Akane and Miyu have the same voice actor. It's Tenko and Ibuki who share a voice actor. Up, here we go, Logic Dive again. I can't wait to fall down and die. Which state? No, I missed. Fuck. How did the poison enter? Nose. Yay! Oh, don't start it again, please. Is yeah, Hyoko's VA is the same as Kirumi.
It's all coming together. What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Inhale.
Inhaled?
Inhale.
It's written on the poison's warning label.
This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately.
Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
Breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse?
Have I seen Caroline and Tuesday? I have not. This is the first time hearing of it. Going to step on the gas.
But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
We were kept out.
I see! The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
You made the coast of land. No, they didn't.
Well, this was also written on the poisoned warning
Tier
label.
3 Twitch subscription. What?
Of course! Hydrolysis! The chemical bonds that form the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers.
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
If it meets the requirements that well,
Does
maybe it's not
Kaide and
just a
Kyoko have the same
possibility
voice actor?
anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poisoning.
Uh-oh.
The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach. it
Someone
was
cuts
all to
him
keep us
off.
From...
So what?
Huh?
I'm surprised he didn't fucking drive us into a fucking
Figured
sword
out
fight.
that Nagito died from poison, but so what?
No, they do. They have
In
the
the
same
end,
voice actor.
it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right? Then enough already!
Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died.
Okay, I get the connection between Kaide and
Still
Kyoko, but I don't get
sounds like
the
a suicide.
connection between Leon and Shuichi and Sayaka and Tsurugi.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We've also determined the true cause of death. All right, all the mysteries should be solved now. We should
Not
get on
yet.
with the voting time, right?
Well, but
What? There's still more?
You're never too late to be. No.
Hey, what happened? There's no...
Oops. What about Fihiko and Kokichi? They do share a voice actor as well. Sorry, some stuff's happening outside. Oh wow, you're an asshole.
There might have been an accomplice.
It's like Sayaka lied? Wow. It's almost like people lie in a game with mystery Loads of characters lying in this fucking
What did
game.
you
Singling
say?
out Sayaka hardly seems like fair.
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Don't forget to Jimon Chiaki's execution. I won't.
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
Nagito. The meat on the bone?
I see. Are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
Yeah. If Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
You can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
Not really.
Yeah, it's written on the warning label.
The container probably melted in the fire.
It's probably plastic
Meat
or
on the
glass,
bone.
right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate.
Can we have the whole chat as bees? Jesus Christ.
Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
Not really.
So that's why you mentioned an accomplice.
That is impossible. I mean, an accomplice? It is just too...
Like, does that really matter all that much? I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You see, Eris, you picked the bad ending. You have to reset the whole game and replay that again to get meat on the bone to get the good ending. I'll just watch the good ending on YouTube if that's the case.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right. You're totally right. That's totally it.
So we don't know the name of the horrific... I don't know the name of it either, I'm sorry, but I'm not telling you what it is.
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
That's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't
Near
hurt
Shrek
anyone
vibe, check
else.
Chiaki and Gmon for the good ending.
But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
Jeez, and to think I wanted you all to step on me, what the f- I'm gonna close the window quickly. There we go.
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh? The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery outcome like this is still. That's pretty messed up.
It's a bad ending, Root. No, it isn't.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
Will it not?
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is? Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
No homo. Yeah, homo.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing.
Coward.
And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
It's actually pretty close to it. Fire grenade. I'm gonna fucking lose, aren't I? Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck! Okay, there we go.
I got it!
We're also gonna do some his execution. I don't remember everything.
Huh?
The fire grenades! Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Yeah, the container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone. Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place. As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse, it can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
I'm gonna get a Monotaro shake filled with lethal poison. Can I also get a Monotaro shake filled with lethal poison? Danganronpa, you could actually decide who dies. Would have been like such a ginormous goddamn file size.
Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
You also sacrificed the ability to have like decent themes.
Yeah, that has to be it.
When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
Aluminium, you bitch.
You just have to peel off that seal and swap the insides, right?
That is true, but there was no sign he was even at the break room.
Hold on. Did you say aluminum?
Hajime. Could it be?
No piece from the Applebee's in the corner. I once drank straight up motor oil.
If so, then there's no mistake.
Okay.
Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades.
Seriously? That's impossible. Miss...
Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire grenade.
Huh?
Where's that blue thing? You see, what throws me off is this thing looks like it could be like the size of your hand.
Take a look. We found this under Nagito's bed.
Yasuhiro was like the first to die in the demo to like hide the fact that, you know, Sayaka is the first to die. Because back in 2010, that was actually something very surprising.
Huh? That's just a piece of trash.
No, that is not just a piece of trash.
Why are you drinking things that you can't drink?
The on that fire grenade matched this. It is the same aluminum.
You found the aluminum seal under Nagito's bed?
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito. We also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed, too.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
It's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping it.
Can we not joke about dog death, please?
So, what's the issue?
Please don't drink bleach.
Nagito put the poison in the grenade canister, brought it with him, breathed it in, and died, right?
Did Hale drink gender fluid?
So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide! Enough already!
You're right. If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means that there wasn't an accomplice after all.
See, I told you. The conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of story.
I admit that there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding.
You're right.
In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying.
What did you say?
Any one of us
Hey,
could have done it.
What are you planning to say now?
What the hell? Do you still want to keep going?
Is this not settled?
Yeah, soap
There
is
is
awful.
no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison. So when was it deployed in the warehouse?
Danganronpa is a
When
kid's
did
game
Nagito breathe in the
where,
poison?
you know, you investigate murders.
When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized it.
The horrifying truth?
It probably happened at the same time.
I see!
We all threw grenades at him and then he died.
Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so. When we all threw the grenades to put out the fire in the warehouse.
Rated 12 plus? It's rated M15 plus where I am. And it's rated 17 on consoles and Vita.
The poison was deployed. And
Let's
it
eat a couple of
converted to
batteries.
poison
Don't-
gas
don't
and
eat
killed
batteries.
Nagito. If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
One of us.
What the heck?
One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
Hold on a sec. Then Nagito was...
It would mean he didn't kill himself.
I wouldn't show this to a 12-year-old.
You said so yourself.
I wasn't
You
even
said
12 when I
Nagito committed
grabbed it.
suicide.
Who the fuck's rating these games for iOS? Do they think if the pixel resolution is a little smaller that, like, suddenly it becomes more friendly?
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
Any of us.
Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
This trial confuses me. Me too, and I fucking hate it. Nagito prepared the grenade.
It was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago.
Then who set the warehouse fire that caused
Why are
Nagito
you
to throw the
12-year-old
poison grenade?
like watching this? Person who set the warehouse fire? Nagito.
See? That was also Nagito.
Karen wants to speak to the manager for letting her son buy Danganronpa.
Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn question?
You guys kind of Danganronpa way too early. Even I was 15 before I started playing it.
The next question will be my last. Considering all the facts up till now, why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
The first couple of questions are the hardest.
I see! Don't tell me. He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades?
He set the fire
It's
just so
fun,
we
but
put
this
it
is
out?
not something I would show someone who's
Why
like
do you do that?
between the ages of 12 and 14. Why are the children in my streams? I don't know.
It was a trap.
A trap?
Preparing the poison. Creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito.
I was 15 when I encountered it.
It was all a trap to make one of us
You guys
throw the
all
poison
discovered this
grenade.
way too early.
Seriously, I'm asking you who threw it.
I was a single-celled organism when I first played Danganronpa.
I don't know. The person who threw it probably didn't know either.
Huh? Could it be... Was that Nagito's trap?
This wasn't an intentional murder. This was a murder that Nagito forced someone to do.
Oof.
And for that reason.
You know, my great 12 to 14 times great grandfather Charles I of England was being executed when he first played Danganronpa.
He put the fire grenade that he filled with poison with the other grenades. Setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was Nagito's true goal.
What the hell?
Nagito did not commit murder. Instead, he manipulated someone else into killing him?
To do that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him.
There's at least 7-year-old in the chat.
The poison
God,
grenade
please
and the
no.
fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. All the fire grenades were
I didn't even exist when I first played Danganronpa.
Because of that, Nagito, who was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison, and then...
He fucking choked.
Hold on. If that's true, you can't say the poison was the cause of death. It might be the poison's fault he let go of the spear, but the actual cause of death...
I remember
could
when
be
it was
either
600 BC when I played Danganronpa. Ah yes, the creation of Japan.
Even so, the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear.
That's right! Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison!
Are you fucking serious?
Choke on my chicken
Was
sandwich,
his
is that
trap all
possible?
along?
Yes. It's entirely possible to choke on chicken sandwiches. Please chew your food more thoroughly.
Even the wounds all over his body. It was all to mess with the evidence for what actually happened.
Me and the boys
His
in,
true goal
600
was
BC
creating
played
a murder
Danganronpa
that
1.
nobody can solve. He wanted to prove to us there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out.
I was in the old folks' home when I
A
first
mystery
discovered
that can't be
Danganronpa.
solved is destined to be solved in the end.
In the pals hanging out in the uncreated universe playing True Cafe Epic.
However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved. As you solve mysteries and bolster your hope,
Glad I
a
fucking made
huge
this.
mystery comes along and slaps you in your faces.
I don't get why everyone is like, oh, this is the greatest trial in the game. It's the worst. I fucking hate this. I don't exactly go to fucking Watch Mojo for anything, actually. I don't go to Watch Mojo even to, like, waste my fucking
For
time.
those of you who believe there are no unsolvable mysteries, that is when you finally taste despair. Meaning, he used all of the prior class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
That's totally messed up.
I hate this trial so much.
Fucked up.
It is my fault. Because I told you all about the fire grenades.
Oh, what do you know? You got more people killed, Sonya!
I am so sorry. Please vote me as a killer.
Don't get more people
The
killed!
issue here.
It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
It's impossible.
And now there's dogs barking and my parents yelling. My dad.
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
That's right! There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras! If Monokuma doesn't know, his trial doesn't count! Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever. I know perfectly well what's happening on this
The only
island
good,
at
like,
all times.
the only unequivocal, like, good fifth and sixth, the only good fifth trial was the first one. That was the best one.
I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia. And one of those visits seemed to take a while.
Please stop! I will never become queen!
Well, she's not wrong. She's kind of exiled on a fucking...
So chilly. I mean,
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
Why do you not like Sonya? She doesn't do anything!
Yes, he says.
The only thing she does that's substantial is get other characters killed. And that's it. She's pretty and that's it. That's her character. She's pretty and quirky. She doesn't do anything.
No, it's too early to give up.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
Sonya becomes queen. Their ultimate change? Well, she's not gonna become queen now because she's stuck on Jabberwock Island for forever.
It's just a hunch. It's possible that it's probably... There's one way, I think.
Really?
Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning? I want to make sure my hunch is correct. Hajime.
Do it, Hajime. Tell them, Hajime.
Don't worry, guys. I have a plan. Nagito Komaeda has left the game. Jockey has changed her username to Nagito. Nagito has banned Nagito from the server.
I got it. Let's do this then.
You get to make a comic book after this! What was inside Nagito's refrigerator? Before switching the poison. Fucking twink. Are you fucking kidding me? Ugh! Okay. I love how someone grabbed Fuyuhiko and just hugged him. It's actually really cool. Hello. What is the female version of Twing? I don't know. Remember to wear a mask when you're dealing with, you know, toxic drugs and... Also Mr. Super Clear. Now there's one left, I think. Yep, there we go.
Here's everything that happened in this case. The person who actually arranged this incident was the victim, Nagito Komaeda.
I love Danganronpa 2's survivors. Except for Sonya. I mean, personally, I think that Hajime, Fihiko, and Akane were great.
Monokuma's special poison.
Akane should not
which
have
he
been a
brought with him
victim.
From the Octagon.
It would have been
Using the
jarring if
gas
she
mask that he
died.
got from the military base. Nagito swapped the contents of a fire grenade he took from the plushie factory break room with that
Ryuji's just, hey look, I'm a liar and really gay. That is literally it.
When he did that, a specific item was left as evidence. The blue aluminum seal on the grenade.
Why he didn't replace that? I don't know.
With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory.
Imagine if he fucking dropped it. Just by accident.
And put it back with the rest of the grenades in the break room.
Yasuhiro lives because, like, that's funny. He actually caused some fucking conflict at the very fucking least. He did plenty! I don't like Sonya because she doesn't do anything. She literally
Next morning,
skates.
Nagito appeared
No one
before
ever
us
holds her
and declared
accountable
that he
for
had a boss on him.
anything. Hero's at least held accountable when he does, like, really shitty things.
While we were looking for the bomb, that's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse. In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line going from the door to the curtain and placed an oil lighter in front of it. From there, Nagito set his insane plan in motion.
It's a good thing that the oil didn't run out.
First, he hung the spear that he took
Dancing
from
is
Mizumi
not a
Castle from the
bad
ceiling
talent.
door
What
by
the
his
fuck?
foot.
Yeah, Kokichi-phobic people
Then he
are
tied
like
his
just
arms and
normal
legs at the
people.
back of the warehouse with rope. However, he burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand.
The moron didn't
In
think to
doing
like
so,
make the rope a
he
bit
made sure
longer.
that only his right hand was free, while his remaining arm and legs were tied up. As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear.
I could almost do an entire video on why I fucking hate
This was just the
Kokichi.
beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have predicted. First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream,
Hang on.
he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs.
Deflating what little thickness exists in there.
finally. He propped the knife on the plushie.
I might put it to my patrons for a vote after I finish the 3 videos I want to do and, like, let them all vote on.
He didn't just want us to think he was tied up. He also wanted us to think he'd been tortured.
Will you ever make a character analysis about Kirimi? I would like to.
Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear. His plan still wasn't over. In fact, it was just about to begin.
I cannot defend Sonya. There's nothing to defend. I'm tired of all the Kokichi hate. I'm tired of everyone simping for him!
Factory and found Nagito's message.
He's a mediocre man that everyone just adores for some reason! Are you a boy or a girl? No.
After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse.
I'm neither.
But that was part of Nagito's plan.
Roll for perception. Do I have a
We
die
opened the
nearby?
door to the warehouse, which inadvertently started the
Yep, I do.
Monokuma panel
I have some
domino.
die nearby. Defense. I need at least something to grab onto. I love Miu. She's great. Don't call Asian characters rats! Holy shit! We're not doing Gmod, okay? I'm not really willing to put up with this.
Panels fell one after another until they reached the lighter, tipped it over, and ignited the curtain. Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory's break room to obtain some fire-extinguishing grenades. We then aimed for the fire's origin point.
I am
which
not
was the
even really
curtain,
paying
and
attention to
unloaded
this.
the entire supply.
I did scream into my ears, but Jesus fucking Christ, if someone else calls Kokichi, Kamida, any Asian character a fucking rat, I just give the fuck up. It's racist as shit.
It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poison grenade that Nagito had prepared.
It is racist! It goes back to World War II propaganda. That, like, depicted Asian people as, like, rats, having rat-like features, calling them slurs. It is very much racist. I've explained this, like, 20 times over the course of, like, several streams. Ugh.
The poison sank to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere. The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse, where Nagito was. Also, Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized. That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness.
Oops.
Which caused him to let go of the rope in his left hand, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach. This is all the information related to Nagito's plan.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the thing this time. I'm not gonna do the
His
Gmod
true
this time.
intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they killed someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach that truth. That was Nagito's trap. conclusion. The fact that we can't determine the killer's identity.
Oops.
This should be the truth behind Nagito's trap.
How about it, Chiaki? Will that help you figure out who the killer is?
You still got like 20 minutes of this shit to go, right?
Chiaki?
Just as I thought. It's impossible, isn't it?
You say we just have to vote for someone?
What Hajime said is probably true.
I'm sorry, I'm really drained
That's
after
part
that.
of the reason why I thought it was a little strange. Did Nagito really not care who the killer was? He said this to us earlier. That feeling of belief is at the heart of his trick.
Just the trial being like one of my least favorite in the entire game. That's just this is my least favorite trial. There's like a lot of misgendering going on. The fucking racist bullshit in the chat that I have to explain over and over again. Everything's just really draining tonight. Well, today.
He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames.
It's not okay. You can't apologize for, like... I'm not the one who can accept the apology.
And he believed we'd fall
not-
into his trap.
Look, I'm gonna close the chat off. I'm gonna quickly announce patrons and I'll finish the rest of this trial in my own time. I'm sorry, I just cannot keep going today. So, shout out to my patrons, Junko Enoshima, Sharktooth Grin, Sam4733, Harrison Seymour, 2auto2, Michael P, Cereza, and Curry Kalen. Thank you all for watching, and